Now, viewers, here's a question Hollywood doesn't seem to want to answer. If modern studios are so good at writing strong female characters, why do so many audiences prefer the ones coming from anime? Shows made for a fraction of the budget are producing some of the most compelling female heroes in storytelling today. So, what happened? Why does anime still understand strong characters while Hollywood seems to be losing the plot completely? G'day, viewers, and welcome to the Hollywood Menace. Now, modern Hollywood has developed a really strange idea about strength. Instead of writing characters who struggle and grow, many stories now introduce characters who are already perfect from day one. They rarely fail, they never doubt themselves, and they rarely face real consequences. But here's the problem. When a character never struggles, there's no journey. And when there's no journey, there's no story. Ironically, Hollywood used to understand this perfectly. Look at some of the greatest female characters ever written. Sarah Connor from Terminator. She begins terrified, unprepared, completely outmatched. But through fear, loss, and relentless determination, she becomes one of cinema's most iconic warriors. Or Princess Leia from Star Wars, a leader who combines courage, intelligence, and compassion. Or Xu Lin from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, a master warrior defined not just by skill, but by discipline, honor, and emotional restraint. These characters weren't powerful because they were flawless. They were powerful because their strength was earned. Now let's compare that to anime. Anime writers still understand something fundamental about storytelling. Power without struggle is boring. Take Motoku from Ghost in the Shell. She's a cybernetic super soldier capable of dismantling entire criminal networks. But the real conflict of her story isn't physical, it's philosophical. If most of your body is artificial, are you still human? Or just a consciousness living inside a machine? Her story constantly explores identity, memory, and the meaning of humanity. Her strength isn't just physical, it's existential. Then there's Mikasa from Attack on Titan, one of the most powerful fighters in the entire series. But her story begins with tragedy. As a child, she watches her parents murdered in front of her. That trauma shapes everything about her life. Her strength comes from a desperate determination to protect the people she loves. But that loyalty also becomes a burden. Throughout the story, she struggles with duty, love, and the brutal cost of war. She's not just strong. She's shaped by the pain of the world she lives in. Then there's Frieren from Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Frieren is an immortal elf who helped defeat the Demon King. The great quest is already over when we pick up the story. The world is saved, but for Frieren, something still feels unfinished. Because elves live thousands of years, she never fully appreciated the short human lives of her companions. By the time she realizes how much they meant to her, they're gone. The entire series becomes a quiet journey about memory, regret, and learning to understand human emotion. Her arc isn't about becoming stronger. It's all about becoming more human. And then there's Yor Forger from Spy X Family. By night, she's the deadly assassin known as the Thorn Princess. She can eliminate squads of enemies effortlessly. But in everyday life, she's socially awkward. She worries constantly about being a good mother. She panics trying to cook dinner. She can defeat professional killers in seconds, but family life terrifies her. And that contrast makes her feel real. She's powerful, but she's also vulnerable. And that balance makes audience really connect with her. Now, here's something anime really understands. Strength isn't the absence of weakness. Strength is overcoming weakness. And when audiences watch characters struggle, fail, and grow, they connect with them. So what's the real difference between Hollywood and anime right now? Time. Anime allows characters to evolve slowly, across seasons, across entire story arcs. We watch characters fail, learn, grow, change. Hollywood increasingly rushes through those stages. Characters often start powerful and simply remain powerful throughout the story. But the greatest stories in history follow a simple rule. Heroes must earn their victories. And that rule applies to every character, male or female, because struggle is what makes characters relatable. All right, viewers, now think about your favorite fictional hero. There's a good chance their story includes failure, loss, doubt, growth, because that's what real life looks like. And great storytelling reflects real life. The problem was never strong female characters. Audiences love them. Sarah Connor, Leia, Shu Lin, Matoku, Mikasa, Freerun, Yor. The difference isn't in the gender, the difference is in the writing. Hollywood often treats strength as perfection. Anime understands something much deeper. True strength comes from struggle. All right, viewers, now I'm really curious. Who do you think is the best female character ever written in film, television, or anime? Let me know in the comments below. This has been the Hollywood Menace, serving up another succulent cinematic meal. Ta-ta, and farewell.